I truly believe the Nintendo Switch 2 will be worth $450. I know it's quite the leap in price, but when you talk about all of the little things that go into a device like this, you quickly realize that it actually is worth that $450 price tag. And I want to get into some of the components here, starting with the LCD screen. And yeah, I know, everyone on the internet's saying, LCD, $450, all I'm getting is an LCD screen, why isn't it an OLED? Well, because OLEDs are kind of expensive. And quite frankly, almost no other handhelds that are comparable have an OLED screen, right? There's a bunch of people who got to either go to the press event or one of the public live events. They have first-hand experience playing a Switch 2. And just about everybody who's played it has said the screen looks amazing. The HDR kind of makes up for the difference between the LCD and the OLED panels. And the screen just looks so good. It no longer matters not an OLED screen. And when you compare it to other devices, almost no other device has an LCD panel that's 1080p, 120 Hz, has HDR support, and VRR support. But when you look into devices that have every single one of those things, it's a 1080p, VRR, HDR, and 120 Hz, there's about 2 other devices that have this. One is the Zotac Zone, almost twice as expensive at $800. And the other is the One X Player, that's $1,000. So comparably, the Switch 2 screen actually has more features than the majority of any of the other PC handhelds that you could buy at way less the price. Now, the CPU and the GPU, that's something we don't know too much about. It's a custom chip made by NVIDIA. Now, it's a much more performant chip. These chips are going to be more expensive. They're going to have newer components, and they're going to have newer features, including things like DLSS, which is AI upscaling. Because since we can only really speculate and only really guess on the power of the Switch 2, that's all I'll say about it. Instead of 32 gigabytes of storage, we now have 256 gigabytes of storage. It's not NVMe storage, it's UFS storage, so it's designed more for like mobile devices like phones or tablets, where it's better on power efficiency. You can upgrade that storage with micro SD express cards. You have all these different pieces of hardware in here, and you have all these different components. You have the Joy-Con that connect via magnets. There's mouse mode in the Joy-Cons, so you can put the Joy-Con down its side and use it like a mouse. That, and they provide accessories in the box, right? So the Joy-Con can separate and be controllers. You can connect the Switch 2 to a dock that you get with the system that connects to your TV, and it plays on the TV, and you have a controller. You can plug the Joy-Con into the little grip, and now you have a full controller. And the fact that they give you a dock, which they're selling it at like $110, they're giving you all these things in the box. So at the end of the day, if you think about all the different things that go into the Switch 2, all the different features, all the different components that you get in that same box in just one package, I think it's totally worth it. But at the end of the day, when you look at what is provided to us in the system, all the features, all the functions, all the components, I really do think it is worth $450, and I will be buying it day one if I can. Hopefully I can.